Welcome to the newest episode of Dragon Quest Bobby Podcast. At this point, I don't even know what episode number it is. But as you could tell, I have a guest with me today. Mr. Guest, would you like to introduce yourself? You've been on the show before, but you know.
Right. Yeah, I'm Mr. Guest. No, I mean Mr. Ost. Um, yeah, Ost Naravar. I've been on. That was like back in January, or it aired in January, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
That was the first time you were on the show, huh?
yeah, yeah. But the only other place you might know me is from the Dragon's Den Slime Time podcast. I'm on there quite a lot.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's really it. That's all I'm known for.
That plus all of your expertise with like Dragon Quest 9 and stuff like that on your website. So
Yeah, if you can call it expertise, it's little things I picked up just, being bored.
it's good.
It's like most of my knowledge of any subject really just leaves my brain about a week or two after I lose interest in it. So, like, my memory is awful.
Bro,
Um,
that happens to me, but it's funny because when I start talking about something, then all of a sudden it all kind of starts trickling back. And then I think to myself, holy crap, I forgot about all of this, but now I remembered it all of a sudden. It's crazy.
yeah. See, mine doesn't come back. I'll start talking about it and then and I'll start thinking, I think that I'll make a statement. I said, I think that's right. And then once I've questioned myself, it's over. I can't get the thread of concentration back. But
Yeah. You just feel you lose all confidence in what you were saying.
yeah,
This guy. So, guys, today we're actually going to review Dark Souls. So, I just
wait, what?
I'm just playing. I know that you love Soulsborne games, so I thought we were going to review that, but
Well, actually, I've Elden Ring's the only one I've played.
that's right, that's right.
Yeah,
And you're an expert at it.
yeah. Well, sure, we'll go with that. Hey, as much knowledge as I've lost about the things I'm interested in, I might as well just BS my way through a Dark Souls discussion.
This guy. No,
Won't be
I'm
very
just playing.
different.
I'm just playing. You guys that know, you clicked on the video, you know what we're going to be talking about. So Ost, his YouTube channel, which you upload every now and then, from what I've seen, mostly focuses on kind of kid content, right? Kid friendly. No commentary, like scenes from Dragon Quest games, stuff like that. And so I thought it'd be cool to talk about kind of Dragon Quest. Is it a kid's game? Can it be considered a kid's game? Can we, you know, and so kind of discuss that topic. So yeah, let's get started, bro. Um,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Um. Well, yeah. First of all, uh, you putting saying that I upload every now and then is very generous. It's it's not really like a thing I set out to do was to make a YouTube channel. It's just uh, this is pretty on topic. Is when my son was about 2.5 to 3 is when he started getting into video games, and of course um, I wanted to indoctrinate him into Dragon Quest as soon as I could. But there's not a lot of Dragon Quest stuff out there on YouTube, which is that's why he watches. He watches YouTube videos
Of course.
more than anything else.
Of course. Of course.
So there's not a lot of Dragon Quest stuff on YouTube. There is more in recent years, but probably about 90% of it is aimed at people our age. Which is fine.
Yeah.
I I never wanted to watch children's content myself. Um, Most videos has swearing.
Right.
No, people are just making videos without a filter, and
Yeah.
that's 100%. That's okay. Like,
Yeah.
if you listen to me on the Slime Time podcast, I'm not gonna hold back when I feel like it's appropriate to, I've never censored myself.
Uh-huh.
Um, but obviously that doesn't work for kids.
Yeah.
You don't want your kids learning new words.
Yeah. Yep. Then they'll ask you, "Hey, Dad, what does this mean?"
Exactly. Yeah. So no commentary stuff is like an easy thing that a parent can like look up to put on for their kid if they want to watch a video game,
Right.
because as long as you know that the video game itself is appropriate for their
Right.
age, you don't have to worry about anything else. But there's like none of that stuff for Dragon Quest.
It's true.
There's a few. I found some like speed run stuff where people are
Uh-huh.
speed running the game, like especially Japanese players, where
Oh
they
yeah.
they just don't talk because it's just like it's just a speed run video that they've uploaded as an
Uh-huh.
archive. But that stuff is still hard to find. So I just started recording like cutscenes and
Mm-hmm.
stuff
Yep.
because that's valuable to kids and adults. Sometimes you're having a discussion with somebody and they say, "Oh, well, this happened in this game, but not in the remake."
Yep.
And you might want to look that up and check for yourself. But you can't find Dragon Quest cutscenes on YouTube, really.
Uh-huh.
Maybe stuff from 11. That's about it.
Yeah. I
So
doesn't Dragon's Den, don't they like upload, cuz I've seen before, I haven't watched it, but I've seen they upload like the movie, the Dragon Quest 8 movie, but I'm assuming it's like all the cutscenes like stuck together or whatever.
they might have.
I feel like
I know Woodis.
uh-huh.
I know Woodis does stuff like that. He does upload commentary less videos.
Mm.
Woodis, who owns the Dragon's Den. I
Yeah.
should clarify. That's it. He's the one who uploads to that channel.
Shout out to Woodis.
Um, yeah, I haven't checked. I haven't checked the Den channel in a long time because honestly, it was, even though I'm a regular part of the Den, the channel wasn't something that interested me because I've never wanted to watch videos without commentary personally.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
used
yeah.
I used to
Absolutely.
think, why would you? People are just uploading videos of the game without like, what is that? Why are they doing that? Now I get there might be legitimate reasons why you'd want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, when I first kind of started getting a little bit of an audience, like the age of like people that were joining was around our age. But
Hmm.
then I started on the weekends, I started doing like a community night where I would start like playing Mario Kart, live with people that wanted to play Smash Bros, stuff like that. And I started getting like a younger audience, a little
Yeah.
bit of a younger audience. But yeah, I definitely see what you're saying with like, people that are wanting to watch Dragon Quest videos usually are a little bit older. I still try. My goal is to try and keep my channel as family friendly as possible. It's not 100% successful, but I'm trying my best, because again, I also have young kids, and I want them to be able to maybe someday even be on the show, sort of thing. So anyway,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the trend. Is like one of my friends, Saigon, who has
Oh yeah.
a Dragon Quest focused YouTube channel.
If you don't know
Um,
Saigon Cat, then I don't know what you're doing.
I know it's like back 10 years ago. If you were looking up Dragon Quest stuff on YouTube, he was like one of three.
Yeah.
You know,
I saw he was
um,
live streaming a couple weeks ago again or something.
yeah,
But
he's back. He's back to it now.
nice. Awesome.
But that's what I was saying. Is like every time he comes back, like he plans to be family friendly.
Cool.
And I think initially the first time it just did not work, and he abandoned it pretty quickly. And
That's funny.
but he seems to be sticking with that now, and that's
Respect.
good for me, especially because like I'm letting my son watch some of his live streams and stuff.
Yeah. That's smart. Oh yeah. I love it. Yeah, for me, I'm very successful. Well, I want to say 90% successful when it's just me on camera and on voice chat with like either on a podcast or like I'm live streaming. But I have a guest, and it's usually on live streams. But something slips every now and then. It's just kind of like, well, PG-13, whatever.
Yeah, there's only so much
But
you can do to control like other people and stuff, and you
yeah.
don't want to be like the guy who
Yeah.
has somebody on and be like, "Hey,
Yeah. Hey,
watch
you
some
do- you do-
language."
don't say that. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
No. So, yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, bro. So, in terms of, let me ask you this. So, what if your son one day comes up to you and asks you, Dad, what's a puff puff? Would you be
Well, it's
proud? Would you be concerned? How would
a
you
little bit
explain that?
a little bit proud, a little bit concerned. Well, it would depend on his age.
That's a good point.
I think I was 12 or 13 when I picked up the Dragon Ball manga,
Oh, okay,
um,
okay.
which is where I learned what a puff puff was. That was the manga was not. It said 13 and up, and I guess it doesn't have anything super explicit in it. But
Right,
it's
right,
not.
right.
It's
Well,
not.
Bulma gets up there in explicivity, but
Yeah, yeah. It's not. Actually, I think the newer prints may actually have some of that stuff censored.
oh
Um,
wow.
I'm not 100% on that. I
Yeah.
still have my old books here somewhere. I
Oh,
never bought
cool.
any of the new ones.
Respect.
Um, but yeah, like that was honestly that's that seems to be my trend in parenting. Is I'll think back, well, this is what I was doing at that age, so it's
Uh
got to be good for him, you know. Uh,
Now the question's what's the wife think?
oh, I mean, as far as like video game stuff, she defers to my judgment, I
Oh,
think,
cool. Yeah.
on what's age appropriate.
Oh,
Because I mean, she's into some games, but
right.
not like she's into The Sims and Minecraft and stuff.
Oh,
So
cool. Respect.
not, yeah. So, but she's not like into all the other stuff like shooters and stuff. So she lets me decide when that sort of thing is appropriate.
Yeah, that's cool. A
But
lot of
but
trust.
yeah, you bring up a good point. I think for the most part, most of the Dragon Quest games, um, especially the more recent ones, the Puff Puff references are pretty tame, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
And you don't really have to even explain what it is to a child, because the way they do it in the games now, it's like the joke of the Puff Puff being not what you expect it to be is funny on its own, I guess, to a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think you're right because I didn't really think about it that way, to be honest. But it kind of goes back to the whole situation with like, like kids movies where like there's references for adults that
hmm
kids, when you were younger, you had no idea what but adults are like, oh wow, interesting, okay, and they'll take a chuckle at it. So yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
actually a good point. I didn't really think about it that way.
Yeah, go back and watch Rugrats. There's tons of stuff for adults in there that just
Classic.
goes over kids' heads. Um, but yeah, as far as that goes, I think that's fine for kids.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think you're right too about the age. It's like maybe it depends on how old they are, but really at the end of the day it's like it's still innocent in itself. I mean, unless you read the
Yeah,
old Dragon Ball mangas obviously, or you might it might be a little different. but
yeah. I'll definitely be letting him watch like the anime of Dragon Ball before he gets to, the manga or anything.
oh yeah.
Which, for me right now in our house, my son's age, if you're talking about like Dragon Quest, he can read like he
Oh
does.
cool.
He can read a lot of words for his age,
Good.
but he doesn't want to. That's the thing, is he doesn't have the
Oh.
patience for it. So most of the stuff he's not even going to read anyway.
Yeah.
He it's like if we're playing Dragon Quest 9 together, I'm reading it to him.
Oh,
So
gotcha. And he enjoys that?
yeah, for more than I thought he would.
Cool. Yeah. That's what's up, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I took to. I realized pretty quickly that I was going to have to translate some of the stuff in the game to a 4-year-old's understanding,
Uh-huh.
because they're just words and combination of words that they use in a manner that he's not going to understand the meaning
Right.
of. So like it's kind of hard to like dumb down the text as you go, and
Yeah.
to where I can't think of any examples, but
Yeah.
just you know
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah. For sure.
That and actually, I don't know how far you want to stray to the next part of this, but
That's fine.
that's a family friend. That's a point of discussion about it being family friendly. Is some of the games are difficult for kids to read,
Mm.
especially 4 on DS with its dialects, how it was localized.
Oh, okay, okay. In terms of like the different, well, really, I didn't really. I guess I didn't really notice that. Interesting. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because like the accents and like
Mhm.
you go to okay, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think about
Yeah.
that. That's a good point.
Yeah,
That's actually
especially Ragnar's chapter, all the Scottish isms. That can be rough. I mean, I've seen adults have trouble with that. So
yeah, yeah. No, that's actually a good point, and that actually kind of ties in perfectly to my next question, which was, um, like, what game do you think might be the easiest or like the best one for a kid to like introduce a kid to Dragon Quest? And so
we
that.
talk.
Mhm.
Go. I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
mean
no,
to
no. I
interrupt. Go
was
ahead.
I was just gonna keep. Go ahead.
Are we talking mainline games or are we including
Let's do
spin-offs?
mainline and let's do side games.
Probably 11 if they're doing like a single. If you're talking about a single player experience.
Yeah.
Um, I've mentioned this. I mentioned, just mentioned we play 9 together.
Right.
If you have the ability to play 9 with your child,
Mm-hmm.
that might actually be the easiest because you can be there with them and help them.
Good point.
If it's they're really young, if it's their first JRPG, for example, in
Mm-hmm.
our case, just teaching him the battle mechanics is a lot easier if I'm have a character there, and if he gets to a point where he can't handle the battle, I can literally just do it for
Yeah.
him, but show him how to do it.
Right. Well, I mean, and also the benefit to nine as well, since you can create your character, he might have more fun with that and being able to personalize a little bit more with the character and think, oh, that's dad and that's me, and
Exactly, yeah,
yeah, that's a good idea. That's
yeah.
very good. So, are we getting a
But
Dragon Quest Nine remake or what? This are we getting an announcement or what?
I don't know. I think they who knows what they're doing. I
Dude,
don't understand their logic anymore.
yeah.
We gotta probably wait another 5 years before 2D HD to come out,
Oh
and
God,
then we'll get another announcement.
God, dude. I'm honestly surprised we got the announcement for Infinity Strash, like that we were finally
Yeah,
gonna get it released this year. But yeah, yeah. I'm very interested to seeing what the heck they're gonna talk about on Dragon Quest Day. So yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like I would. I feel like nothing would. It wouldn't surprise me if they just ignored it. It wouldn't surprise me if they,
That's what they did
you
last
know,
year, right? Or didn't they? Did they announce anything last year?
maybe no treasures had already been announced.
Right?
Um, I don't think they did. I don't remember.
Yeah. Now, huh? It might have been some sort of information on treasures. Now that I think about it, now that you say that,
Yeah,
but
they might have released more info. I don't think they announced anything,
no,
unless
yeah,
it was like a mobile game that I ignored because
yeah,
I started tuning out the mobile stuff when they had so many of them going on at once.
yeah, 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 bro. That's what's up. Yeah, but I totally agree with nine. 11 is really good. Just because it's very easy to.
Hmm.
I think in general, it's like the easiest game to recommend to anyone because it's like so accessible. But if you
Yep.
did have access to nine, I think you're right. I think that is a really good. Now that you say that, I like that's probably my goal to like okay, Timmy. I feel like Timmy's about ready right now. He's gonna turn 4 in July, so we're kind of getting there to that. Maybe him understanding a little bit better some stuff, and so
Yeah,
that's a good. I like that. I might have to try that. So
yeah. That's where I stand. 9 or 11, depending on your, you know, how excited. If you have two DSs and two copies of the game of 9, then do that. But
right.
11 is the most accessible to everyone, so that's probably the first answer you should give.
Oh yeah, it's true. I like it. I like it. What about spin-offs, bro?
Okay, several different directions I could go in this.
Uh huh.
I mean, the spin-offs are so varied. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a good place to start because you can tailor it to whatever type of if your child has already played games,
Right.
you know what they like.
Yeah, that's a
If
good
they
point.
if they like action games, you've got the Heroes series.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my son is really into Minecraft lately.
Oh,
And
okay.
I haven't showed him builders yet. Not really. I need to show
What
him
the
Dragon Quest
heck,
builders.
bro? That's
Yeah, I
that's
just
basically a sin, dude. He's playing
I know.
Minecraft and not builders, bro.
I know. Yeah, I do need to show him builders and let him play that some. Um, builders is a great one. So
I
yeah,
agree.
monsters. Dragon Quest Monsters is. I want to. Would you say that those are aimed at? I mean, obviously everyone can play them, but do you say that those are aimed at kids more than the mainline series is?
I would say no, only because the at least the first one, the protagonist looks like an edge lord.
Yeah,
Um,
Terry.
oh no,
Are you
sorry.
talking about the
You meant like the. Sorry, I thought you meant
a-
Monsters Joker. My bad.
any of the monsters? Monsters Joker, the originals.
That's actually a good point. Monsters might be a good. Actually, I like that
Yeah,
because yeah, Terry's literally a kid, so that actually might be a good point. It's just that
that was.
today's day and age, though, I don't think that would really
Mhm.
interest kids, though.
Now, no graphics.
Yeah,
Side note: Monsters 2 was my first Dragon Quest game. I didn't think about it
respect.
until years later, and I remembered like, yeah, I did play that as a kid, and I didn't like it because it wasn't Pokemon, which was the thing when I was a kid.
You know what's funny? What I keep hearing from people, maybe not, it might not be everyone, but because like the first Dragon Quest I officially played, I also didn't like, and so I wonder if that's like maybe we weren't ready for it or something, and eventually we're
Yeah,
like, okay, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for Dragon Quest. I don't know. It's interesting.
yeah. I don't want to get too far in the weeds here, but when I was a kid, like I read about Dragon Quest in Shonen Jump because
Oh,
when they brought Shonen Jump over to the US, they had Dragon Ball in it, and so they did a
right.
little article on Dragon Quest,
Oh,
and I thought, man, this is like a it just how it described how it was the JRPG and all that stuff, and I was like, I've never really played anything other than Pokemon. I should try a real JRPG,
oh, gotcha.
and there weren't any mainline Dragon Quest games like in retail stores at the time. All that the most recent thing had been Dragon Quest Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Warrior 7 had been that was years in the past and it didn't sell well, so you probably couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. They probably
And
threw
then
those away, the stores.
yeah, and I couldn't find Dragon Warrior 3 on Game Boy Color either. I think all it was in stores was Monsters 2. This was before
Mm,
8 had come out, so
interesting.
but yeah, and so
Huh.
it was accessibility. I think back then, is I just couldn't find the game I wanted.
Dude, that's where they messed up, dude. So
Mm.
bad, bro. They messed
But
up
that,
so bad, bro.
yeah, yeah, they were always lagging behind. We could have a whole nother podcast about like the
Seriously.
timing of Square Enix and how they missed so many windows to like implant this game into nostalgia, you know.
Yeah.
But
They should have fired their marketing team over there at those. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, but you're right. That's a whole perfect other episode where
yeah,
we just complain about that.
right.
Oh man.
Accessibility is not so much a problem anymore
Right.
nowadays for kids. Although we could even have a further discussion about how they've just been quiet the past few years and nothing's been coming out. But at least you can play most of the games on Switch,
Right.
um, and 4, 5, and 6 on a smartphone.
Mobile. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Which it's kind of for me personally, it every time I find like because I'm on Reddit a lot and I'll see people say like, oh no, I'm not gonna play mobile. Like which version do you guys recommend? Which games do you recommend? I'm not doing mobile. I'm like, what the heck is up with? Why do you people hate mobile so bad? Like I don't get it. Like I'm playing 4 right now on mobile. I'm having a great time. Like
yeah,
yeah, jeez, man, people need a
I used to I used to be that way.
right.
If it wasn't a Dragon Quest game, I probably wouldn't bother playing a game on mobile.
Gotcha. Oh,
Personally,
interesting.
I think a lot of people's arguments I hear is they don't want to run their battery down playing games on their phone.
Okay,
They don't like touch controls,
fair,
all that.
fair, fair.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
those games work good on mobile.
they
I
work
wouldn't want
great.
to. Yeah, if your kid has a smartphone, that's an avenue to get them
Yeah.
to play it.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I mean, accessibility wise today, even through emulation, like you could literally play everything. I mean, there's still some games you can't play because they're Japan only, or they haven't been fan translated yet. I'm still waiting for the day that this game right here gets fan translated.
Oh yeah, 11 on 3DS.
Yes, I want to play this version of 11 so bad, bro. But obviously in English. But
Yeah, it's
someday.
got a few differences in there.
Yeah. It looks great. I love the graphics. I love the 3DS graphics, so someday. But yeah,
Yeah, fan translation's all we're ever gonna hope for that. We're never gonna get
I
a
know.
an
I know.
official localization.
It's true. But yeah, bro. So yeah, so basically, I mean, I guess going back to the topic for spin-offs, I think Monsters is a good one. I would probably say I think Builders might be the best one. Uh, I kind of would also throw Treasures in there. Um,
Yeah,
but but I would say probably between those two, at least in today's age. Yeah, I would probably say Builders or Treasures. Because I know, for example, my son, my oldest, which is again he's gonna be 4 soon. But when I was first playing Treasures, he saw little Eric and he's like, "Oh, that's Timmy, that's Timmy," saying it was him. So it was perfect. It was like, "Oh, cool!" Like he likes that aspect of him pretending to be that, the boy on screen. So, you know,
yeah, yeah. My son loved Treasures too when we got it. In fact, that first week, the first weekend, I think we sort of fought over it because when a Dragon Quest game comes out, I put a ton of time into it,
of
like the
course.
first few days,
Uh
and this was the first time I didn't really get to do that because he kept wanting to play it.
huh.
It was a thing.
That's
Eventually, his
hilarious.
interest declined, and
Uh huh.
I got to spend more time with it. But
Yeah. I think everyone's interest declined, unfortunately, with Treasures.
yeah, I lost my cartridge. I never got to
What
finish the.
the
Like,
heck?
I'm right at the end, and I haven't finished it because I was gonna. We went on a cruise a few months ago, and I was gonna take it with me to finish it. And I
Oh,
and like an hour before I was supposed to leave, I couldn't find it. And I was looking for. I still haven't found it. I just need to buy another
what?
copy.
Damn, bro, that sucks. That's
But
crazy.
yeah, Treasures is a probably a really good place to start.
Uh,
You could find out if they like it pretty fast or not.
yeah, yeah. Plus, the combat is, it's simple, but it's also entertaining enough for kids, or where
Hmm.
it'd be like, oh, awesome. This is great. This is the craziest thing I've ever done ever in my life. But yeah, so there you go. Yeah, treasures and
Yeah.
builders, guys. There you go. But yeah, bro. There you go, man. Um, okay. Well, in terms of like questions for the subject at hand, I think that's all I really have. I don't know if there's anything that pops up into your mind that maybe you want to mention or discuss, but
Yeah. So what do you think about like content in the game that's, it's not like adult or anything, but heavy,
mm,
maybe sad moments. Like Dragon Quest 7 and a few places. Was it? I don't remember which island it was, but I remember there being a chapter where like a little girl is talking about how her brother had passed away and like she's all sad, like it had just happened, and
uh-huh.
it was like I think it was may have been
I think
I
it's
don't
the
remember
first
what
one.
I'm thinking of. I think I'm thinking of the robot army chapter.
Oh,
I can't
wait.
remember what they called it in the remake. In Warrior on the PlayStation 1 it was Falrish, I think.
Mm.
Frobisher or something. I don't remember. It's been too long.
Was it a girl? Was it the wife of the guy or the sister? Oh,
I don't remember. I
because I
made a
think.
post. I made a post to the Dragon Quest subreddit. That's the only reason I remember is because I took a screenshot and posted on the subreddit back in 2016,
Oh, damn.
and that Yeah, that's the only reason it's in my head.
Yeah.
But there are quite a few of those moments in a lot of the games that are probably, especially for like a kid my son's age, are a little bit too heavy for him.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
there are parts in seven or nine that I didn't really go into much detail over,
Mm.
like in Coffinwell.
That's
I
when with
guess
the White Knight, right? Yeah.
that's after that.
Oh,
That's after,
oh, that's
but
right.
yeah, it's after
Right.
that.
Okay.
We're discussing spoilers here, right? I mean, there's
I
no
mean, yeah. I
reason to.
mean,
Okay,
people should. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
If they get
um,
mad about this, then get out of
yeah. I
here.
think not nine has been out for what 14 years.
Yeah. It's been out for a
Or
while.
yeah, but yeah, like the one in Coffinwell where I'm bad with names, but the girl who's married or dating the Doctor Fleming, and then she gets sick because everybody's sick in that town. That's the thing is they all got COVID, and
I like vaguely remember everything you're saying, but yeah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, there's like a virus pandemic in that town, and you have to go defeat the virus boss.
Right.
Anyway, she dies, and it's like this sad moment, and they go to like the grave, and you hear like the bell ringing, and it's like it's. When we were playing, I was like, how much of this should I translate? Like, how should I, make this a little bit lighter than it actually is? Because I don't want to make him cry.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
he's 4. He was 4 when we were playing that. He
Yeah.
just turned 4. So yeah, there are probably a lot of moments like that through the games that um, might not might not be something you'd want to expose a kid to.
Yeah. And well, for me personally, like the thing that always comes into my mind when we kind of talk about when any conversation with people that like kind of comparing that Dragon Quest really does have dark things in it is like Dragon Quest 3. Like one of the first towns you go into, you go upstairs into a build in an inn. There's a little boy and you talk to him and he's like, make sure to kill lots and lots of monsters because those monsters killed my mom and dad, like something like that. And I was like, dang, bro, this is like,
Yeah,
that's kind of heavy, bro. You think about it, like, wow. And so, yeah, I mean, and there's even there's even darker things than that, obviously, but that's one of the examples I always think about. But at the end of the day, I think the biggest strength Dragon Quest has in terms of like still it's basically the art style, the graphics. A lot of some people do knock it for being a little too kid kind of drawings or
yeah,
monsters or characters and stuff like that. But I think it's great, and then because of that, it's very colorful as well. Everything's
yeah,
very expressive. The monsters as well, the character. It kind of helps not really pay attention too much to the really dark things in the story or with the characters and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a great way to kind of shield or avoid that sort of
yeah. And
situation.
also, I'm looking at this through a 4-year-old's perspective. Like
Right.
I'm thinking back now when I was a kid and I encountered stuff like that. Like kids just process those things differently.
Yeah.
They don't fully grasp like
Yep.
the weight of it. Like, oh, he died and went to heaven. That's
Yeah.
that's just
Yep.
it happens, and
Yeah.
like they don't think about how everybody's sad or how they might miss that person as much.
Yeah.
So it there's probably just things that I think at the very least you should maybe be aware of, but not it might not be that big of a deal.
Yeah. And that's what I think it comes down to at the end of the day. It's like it's really not that big of a deal. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah. But I think what you're doing is really good. You just kind of more basic. You dumb down
right.
the situation that's going on, so you don't have to go into too much detail on like what's actually happening. So
Yeah, and that's why I think 9 is probably a good game for
yeah,
for kids because you can be there with them and you know
guide them.
actually like talk about the story with them. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. No, bro, like you said, I'm actually really excited to play 9 with my oldest someday. That'll be
Yeah.
awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I came to the series, 9 was like one of my least favorite, just because it didn't have like pre-written party members, and I
Right.
thought, well, that's it's not very interesting. But I get it when you've got people to play with. It
Oh yeah.
totally changes it.
Yeah. Dude, one thing I'm trying to do on my channel, which I mentioned to you through your through the website, is I want to live stream 9 and then have 3 different people. Oh snap. My boy's crying outside.
That's fine.
I want to have 3 different people with me, so 4 people total, and we're literally controlling our characters. I think that would be so much fun. But
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. I definitely do not have a powerful enough computer for that, and that's why I was asking. Is would my gaming laptop be enough? It doesn't sound like it would be, but
Well, we haven't. I don't know how much we want to go. If we want to talk about this,
that's
you cut
fine.
me off if you
Yeah.
need to. Um, we haven't tested a lot of different hardware configurations with this. Like
Oh.
my friends and I have been doing that very sporadically because lining up 4 different schedules is
Yeah.
difficult. But he's been live streaming us playing it on
Really?
his yeah,
Who
and he
is it,
has
bro?
he
Tell me who it is. I want to see this.
well, we're not very family friendly when we do that.
Hey,
So
that's fine. I personally don't mind to
yeah.
watch unfamily friendly
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you can. We usually play on Mondays lately. On his name is Orpheus PhD.
Orpheus.
Um,
I feel like I've heard that name
I can
before.
shoot you a link later.
Yeah, shoot me a link because I'd like to also
Yeah,
put it on the description if anyone's interested in watching. So
yeah. I think that's really all he's done on his Twitch channel. It's just he's not like doing this as like a hobby or a
yeah,
career or anything. It's just we've been playing, and if we're gonna play, we might as well live stream it where other people can
that's what's
Dragon Quest
up.
people can watch,
Yeah,
because this is a thing that was not possible until recently with
yeah,
playing Dragon Quest 9 over the internet
yeah,
in some fashion.
yeah.
But
And so
he
let
has,
me. Oh yeah, sorry. You're gonna answer the question I was gonna ask right there. So.
yeah. I'm sorry, I ramble
Oh
so
no, you're
much.
good, bro. I love it. Me too. So.
Yeah, he has a 4090, like he's or not a 40, a 3090 graphics card. He has a beast of a PC,
Respect.
and that's why we chose for him to host it.
Oh,
And we haven't had any problems there. But like I
nice.
said, we haven't tested a lot of different hardware configurations, and
Gotcha.
while watching the resources that are being used up by it, it doesn't seem like it uses the graphics card that much more than it uses the CPU. So,
Mm.
and it does increase the more people you add. So,
Yeah, which makes sense.
I would just recommend you don't even have to play with the other people yet. You can just test it locally on your machine with
Uh,
like several different launch the emulator like several different times
right, right, right.
and just
Just see how it
create
goes.
copies of the ROM file and do different like append the 01 to each copy
Oh
and then
damn.
load in and connect them all that way. Like that's how we've tested stuff. And
Jeez.
you know, as you add more people to the game, if it's still stable, then add another and see how it
Yeah.
goes. But
Bro,
um,
yeah, because we're trying to test it out. We're trying to find, as well time to do that. But that's definitely something we want to do. So in terms of now, we're probably just going to be talking about this a little bit, to be honest, because I'm
that's
very
fine.
interested. I'm very interested in the subject. But um, how exactly? Well, first of all, because the host is obviously the one that's going to be taking the majority of the hit in terms of like running it. But
Hmm.
how does that work? Like for example, let's say somebody else is hosting it on my end, and then my gaming laptop, it's not chock full of like hosting it or whatever.
Yeah, the guest machines aren't doing anything other than you just need a good internet connection.
Gotcha.
It's all being run on the other. You don't even launch an emulator on the guest machines. You just
Oh,
because what you at least how it is now because Melon DS has not added direct connection over the internet.
Uh-huh.
Melon DS is the emulator that we use to do
Right.
this.
Right.
You use have you ever heard of oh my gosh, what is it called? The remote gaming software, Parsec.
Oh, I have heard.
Um,
Yep, Parsec. Uh-huh.
yeah, that's how you play games that are usually local, like local multiplayer on one
Oh,
machine.
okay.
You
Okay.
can you can connect to someone else's machine and then map your controller, map it to their machine so that you're controlling the second player on their machine. And
Whoa.
that's basically what we've been doing. And it's all in the guide that I wrote
Yeah, yeah,
last
yeah. I
year.
remember seeing that part about the Parsec in the guide,
Hmm.
but cool.
Yeah. So the host needs your save file, he needs all of that. And if you're going to be
Social
grinding
Security,
it,
credit card number.
yeah. Yeah. If you're going to be grinding in between sessions, then you need to like figure out a way of sharing the save file. Like we use a Google Drive.
Okay.
After each session, I go in there and download my save file from his
Oh,
machine,
interesting.
from his Google Drive, and then I work on my save file on my own time, like on
Oh,
my phone or something, and then I
whoa,
upload it back to the Google Drive before we play the next time. That way, because he has to have the save file because it's all happening on his machine.
whoa,
So
dang.
it is a little bit, yeah, it is a little bit of like you're juggling, jumping through hoops, and
Yeah, definitely.
it's
So, but
it's
in terms of when you're actually playing, uh, is he the only one, like the host? Is the host the only one that's actually controlling, like, in the overworld, like where everyone's going? Or,
no, no.
interesting.
So have you played? You've never played non multiplayer?
No.
Um,
So
no,
everyone's controlling their own player.
mhm.
Whoa!
Yeah. It's really cool. Um, it makes things a bit trickier when you're like going through dungeons because bumping into visible encounters, when you got one person, that happens a lot by an accident, in
Right.
these in nine. And well, imagine you've got four people in some of those tiny little hallways, and it's like it's encounter after encounter after encounter, and then somebody will like pause after the combat's over on the battle menu,
Ah.
and then everybody else will go back to the overworld, and the other character's still in the battle menu. And wherever they were standing before the battle started, since the other characters are in the overworld, a monster may have spawned there.
Oh, God.
So when they leave the battle menu, guess what happens? You go right back into combat, and
Oh,
everybody gets pulled. Everybody gets pulled in because, like, if you're within a certain distance of where the
interesting.
battle is happening, you get pulled in automatically.
Wow. Is it possible to not be pulled into a battle with like somebody not to be pulled into a battle? Does that make sense?
Yeah, if you're not close enough, I mean, you can go anywhere you want to in another person's world. Like I can be
Wow.
in Stornway, and then somebody else can be half across the map. You can go wherever that person, the host's world, has explored. So if they've
Okay.
explored
Makes
the
sense.
the if they've finished the game and you haven't, if you go to their world, you can still zoom to like the end locations, any place
Wow.
they've been to.
Interesting. And what about in terms of items? Like if you pick up something, like does that go to your that's obviously goes to you, right? Like
Um,
or
so in nine, there are two different types of chests. There are red chests and blue chests.
oh right. Yes.
Red chests can only be opened by the host,
Gotcha.
and then blue chests can be opened by everyone, and
Mm.
they stay. Everyone gets to open it. So like
Oh,
if
okay,
somebody
okay.
else gets the item, you can still go and get that item.
Oh,
And
cool.
items drop in battle like normal and that sort of thing. But the red chests are off
Dude.
limits to guest players, probably
Gotcha.
because sometimes they have like key
Yeah.
items for quests and stuff.
Yeah. And then it would be crazy if one of the party members grabbed it and then ran away.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I
like
know a lot of my buddies that would do that, so love
yeah,
to
like just
troll.
grab the quest item and then just disconnect. It's
Oh my gosh. I'd get
like
so pissed.
yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah,
Dang, bro. Dude, that's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm really excited to try it. I want to play it so bad. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
And multiplayer is great. Like I
it
wish more
sounds fun.
JRPGs would do that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. Dude, that's what's up, dude. Um, so I think we're just. I usually have a different segment after what we're talking about, but I think I'm gonna end it here just because it is my birthday tomorrow. But we've got a
Oh,
bunch of stuff going on today, so I'll have to cut it here. I
okay.
apologize, but also we need to do this again because I feel like there's always something we can talk about.
Yeah, yeah. Happy birthday,
Oh,
by
thank
the
you,
way.
bro. Appreciate that.
Um,
How old do you think
yeah.
I'm turning, by the way?
Hang on. Let me. Mm, 32,
Oh, wow, close. 31.
31. Yeah.
Close. Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Thank you, thank
I
you.
gave you an extra year.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
it. There you go, bro. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
uh-huh.
there's plenty we could talk about.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we can talk about Elden Ring, we can talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Haven't got to play either of those games, but
Yeah, no, I still haven't played. I haven't been able to play Elden Ring, bro. It's been so long since I've played it. But
yeah,
yeah, and someday I'll play Scarlet and Violet. Someday. But I wanted to play that with like, my son, but anyway, we'll see.
right.
But anyway. But yeah, dude, I really appreciate you being on. Please let people know where they can find you, what you're doing, any projects, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I have a blog, procrastinations.com, which if you're having problems spelling that, just think of procrastination,
Yeah,
but take the crast out and put a quest in there.
there you go.
Um, and then Austin Airvar on Twitter, which I don't tweet that much ever. And then I have the Ost Family Gaming YouTube channel, but there's not really much on there yet.
Yeah,
Sort of just when I play a Dragon Quest game, I'll record it and then eventually throw it up there. I'm not like trying to churn out stuff fast.
yeah,
That's really it.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. And also, you can also check him out on the Slime Time podcast, obviously. So shout out to that. And then
Yeah.
I'll also link your channel onto this video. So if anyone wants to check your stuff out, there's an easy link for that too. So, but yeah, thanks again, brother, for joining. Um, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, bro. Peace.
Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Oh.